Welcome, everybody. If you don't know me, my name's Gary Engelhardt. I'm the volunteer coordinator and also one of the co-program managers of STEMYA. And this will be my third year for STEMYA, which is a third year for STEMYA. And if I haven't mentioned it before, I'm from the Allentown West Rotary Club. So what I'd like to do is go through each of you and ask you to provide your name, what club you're with, and if you have prior experience with STEMYA. So Gwen, why don't you go next?
I'm one of the co-program managers, and this will be my third year.
And your club?
Oh, Allentown West, sorry.
Of course. Jane?
Jane Meckes, the Nazareth Club. And this is my first year with STEMYA, but I am a retired teacher, so.
You're going to love it. Chris? You're muted, Chris.
Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Thanks. Chris Horniman, Emmaus Rotary Club, my third year with STEMYA. I photographed the event. I'm also a retired chemist, so I like to see what they're doing.
Very good. Joyce, would you go next?
Yes, this is my third year with STEMYA. I helped with, it's basically a bookkeeper the first couple of years, and now I'm just a volunteer.
And I'm Larry, her husband, and we're both with the Boyertown Rotary Club.
Okay, thank you. Terry, would you go next?
Yes, Terry Grazak. This is my second year, as Gwen said, in Allentown.
Gail, would you go next?
Yes, my name is Gail Lindenberg. I'm with the Rotary Club of Doylestown. It is my second year, and I usually show up on a Friday afternoon and stay overnight and leave in the morning, and it's loads of fun. And I'm a retired engineer, so I like to encourage every young woman I meet to go into engineering.
Great. Anita, would you go next?
Sure. My name is Anita Meehan. I'm with the Boyertown Club. And this will be my second year. And I'm a retired Kutztown University professor. So it's like going home for me.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay, Sarah, would you go next?
Sarah Bergen, Souderton Telford Rotary, second year overnight person.
Great. Joanne?
Joanne Montgomery, North Penn Rotary. It's my second year as well, and overnight for Friday and Saturday night.
Great, great. Rolf?
Okay, I'm Rolf Schlake. I'm with the Allentown Club. I'm supposed to be called chairman of the STEMYA. I don't do all the work Gwen and Gary and Mike do. I just kind of sit back and enjoy it. I'm a working chemist. I haven't, I'm still stupid enough to keep working as a chemist, and I do the overnight and everything else at Kutztown, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, overnight. So I'm there.
Great. Mary?
Hey, Mary Cook, Collegeville Rotary, my first year. Really looking forward to it.
Okay. Mike?
Mike Orban, it's my third year. I'm started now with the Bethlehem Morning Star Club. Been there from the beginning.
Okay. Steve?
Hi, everyone. Steve Burnham. I've been with STEMYA since the beginning, and but this is the first time I've ever been able to go because of prior commitments. And I'm from the West Reading Wyomissing Club.
Carla?
I'm Carla Myers, a Souderton Telford Club, and this is my first time volunteering.
Oh, you're going to enjoy it, Carla. Welcome.
Thanks.
Helen?
I'm from Allentown West, and this is my first year of volunteering.
Okay. The man with the cattail, Tony.
Yes, hopefully he'll calm down. He's sitting off to the side at the moment. Anthony Moyer, I'm a member of the Emmaus Rotary Club. I'm a principal in the East Penn School District, and I'll be there as the principal this year for the STEMYA conference workshop.
Great. Okay, Mike Scott.
Hi, everyone. Upper Perk Rotary Club. third year, I am day helper. Looking forward to the events again. Thanks.
And the lovely lady aside of you?
Mhm.
Hi, Darlene Scott. I'm the Souderton Telford Rotary Club, and I have been with the program since it started with Mike Orban and all the other team members.
Okay, Kathy?
I'm Kathy Frazier. I'm with the Allentown Club, and no, I can't keep Rolf in line, so it's a tough job. But yeah, this is my third year and I do day shifts.
Great. Dee?
Hi, I'm Dee Eng. I'm with the Emmaus Club, and this is Gary, who's driving. He's also from the Emmaus Club, and this is our third year, and we can't wait.
Great. Marion?
Hi, Marion and I volunteer. This is our third year. I'm a member of the North Penn Rotary Club. We do all of our youth services under one committee. So our job for STEMIA is to recruit, to bring the kids in afterward to speak, as well as to show up on the day of the, or one of the days of the event. And we're happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. And Mrs. Silver?
Marion, exactly the same sentiments.
Great. Christina?
I'm from the Pottstown Rotary Club, and this is my first year volunteering. I'll be on day shift on Friday.
Welcome. Okay, Catherine?
Yes. I'm AG Area 2, and we are, my husband Lynn Ratzel and I, we're volunteering on Saturday afternoon.
Great.
Looking forward to doing this. It's at my old alma mater, Kutztown State College.
That's even better.
Mhm.
Okay, Carla?
Yeah, we had Carla already.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
I'm
I'm jumping around on my screen here. Forgive me if I.
Yeah, I think we need Stephen. Stephen Zhang.
Stephen?
Hi, I'm Steven. I'm from Fleetwood. This is my first year volunteering. I'm just doing for Saturday.
You'll get hooked. Thank you. Ernie, did I hit you?
No, you did not. My name is Ernie Bliss. I'm from the Allentown West Club. This is my first year, my first time volunteering for this.
Did I miss anyone?
Lynn. Are you on?
Loretto?
Is Loretto on? She's not, her picture's not coming up on, but are you there, Loretto?
Did you come on?
Okay. You're muted, Gwen.
No.
Yeah, this is Loretto's third year.
Okay, is there anyone else that's on here that I'm not seeing?
Well, I'm on with Kathy. Lynn.
Yes.
Lynn Ratz.
Okay. Good to see you.
Absolutely. So now that I get everyone. Okay. So I sent the Academy schedule to you, so you should have that. That was attached to the email, so you know what's going to happen and when. And I also sent you an additional copy of the campus map, so you have that so you can find the various buildings and parking lots and so on. Are there any questions about either of those two? Okay,
I have a quick question.
go ahead.
We volunteered for this, it feels like a couple of months ago. In the schedule, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I might as well. I forgot which shift we were, and usually it's Saturday afternoon, but I'm not positive.
So we can check the volunteer schedule and.
You can email me later. I just wanted to bring that up, so I would-
Yeah, no problem, Leon.
that they're at the right time in the right place.
Yep, we'll send you the schedule.
Yeah, I had it laid out, but to Gwen's point, I need to look it up and then shoot you an email.
Yep.
Thank you.
There was
I have a question. I have a question about Sunday morning. It says Friday and Saturday it starts at like 7 o'clock, but Sunday starts at 9.
Actually, it should say it starts, if you're coming for the morning shift, you should come at 7. So Or you should come a few minutes before 8,
You don't be a couple
put it
minutes.
that way, yeah. So I'll add the breakfast to that. We always get the kids up at 7 a.m. and walk them across for their breakfast at 8. So if you're coming for a morning shift, you should always come a few minutes before 8.
No, we're afternoon.
Okay, I'm gonna just read through what I sent you. I know you have a copy of it, but I want to go through it one more time. Again, Thursday morning volunteers assemble at the Lehigh dorm. That's number 39 on the map at about 10:30 a.m. and bring a water bottle. We'll provide lunch for you. If the dorm front door is locked, text me or call me and I'll come out and unlock it for you. And again, we'll be gathering in the basement. So you'll be shown down in the basement where we're assembling to put together the registration process. From Friday to Sunday, again, if you're volunteering for the morning shift, meet the students in the basement of the Lehigh dorm at 8 a.m. or a few minutes before 8 a.m. Because ideally at 8 a.m., we should be walking them across campus over to the cafeteria for breakfast. If you're arriving for the afternoon shift, you can meet the students shortly before noon at the cafeteria. Again, have lunch while you're there and then go from there. And if you're supervising the evening students, meet us at the cafeteria shortly before 5 p.m. Sorry, questions? If you miss any of those meetup times, just give me a call, either text me or call me, and I'll figure out where you are and we'll get together and I'll take you to where the kids are. So are there any questions about any of that?
No.
No? Okay.
Cafeteria.
In all cases, you want to park at the Lehigh dorm hall parking, which again is a parking lot adjacent to the Lehigh dorm. It's one that has a water tower there in the parking lot, easy to find. And when you get there, you'll be assigned to one of the 5 student classes, depending upon when you arrive and who's been signed up so far. In all cases, a teacher running the class will provide more information with regard to how they would like you to help. Because each of the teachers have sort of different personalities and might want more or less or different kind of help from the volunteers. So the teacher will explain to you what it is they would like you to do during the course of their class. As I mentioned earlier, all meals are free of charge. There's overnight lodging available as well. That is also free of charge. You just need to let us know by July 4th which evenings you want to stay there.
We're not gonna try to talk to him. Or leave him alone.
Are there any questions about what I've gone over so far? Okay, then I think I'd like to.
I actually have a quick question. So if I'm arriving Friday night for hall monitoring, what time should I be there?
Well, if you want.
Do you want to have dinner with us or not?
At 5 o'clock or?
I'll probably be working, so I won't be able to get there before 5.
Okay, so when you arrive, make sure that you text Gary because I have to get a Kutztown security person to provide you with your lanyard. So everybody on this call, everybody who's volunteering is going to get a lanyard. And depending upon whether you're staying overnight or you're just there for the meals, we'll have the correct key card in there so that you can swipe for the meals or you can swipe for your room. But Kutztown's regulations say that they have to hand you the lanyard if you're staying overnight. And I will have access to Kutztown staff to get your lanyard for you. So just text Gary and then I'll know you're coming and I can contact Kutztown security and they will bring your lanyard. So come to the Lehigh dorm.
Okay.
And we'll meet you in the lobby there. There's a pretty nice lobby there.
Right. Okay. And will we be able to get the schedule for the night for Friday, Saturday nights, like before we actually get there this time or?
Right. Yeah. We have the schedule laid out. So we do have 4-hour shifts laid out.
Oh, okay.
Just be a 4-hour shift. So you'll decide among yourselves whether you want the first 4 hours and the second 4 hours, whatever works for you.
When we get there then or before?
Well, I think Gary, you have the schedule, right?
Right. I have the schedule, which I'll send you if you receive a copy.
Yeah.
But again, you might be, say, 4 people identified for that evening. 2 are going to take the first 4 hours, 2 are going to take the second 4 hours. We thought we'd let you guys decide among yourselves who wants to do the first 4, who wants to do the second 4, rather than have us try to dictate that.
Okay.
I just want to confirm, I had volunteered for the whole thing. Am I definitely set to stay overnight?
Yes, if you ask to, yes. Short answer is yes.
Okay, thank you.
You are overnight.
To amplify on Gary's, when we all got together overnight, it's just as Gary said, we may rearrange that schedule amongst whatever the hours we wind up doing. So it could vary from night to night. And if you happen to make sure that if you're a night owl, then we'll let you do the first shift. And if you're an early riser, you can do the last shift. So we're pretty flexible when it comes to that.
Any other thoughts or questions or comments?
Just one thing, for those that are overnight, Gary, will there be a listing of the nurse's room and all, just in case, people need to?
Absolutely.
have
Yes,
access?
and I also have a list of the emergency call numbers. So I will be providing that to each overnight monitor. So I have the name of the parent, the phone number of the parent, name of the child, the backup number, the backup person. So we have all that as well. So each overnight volunteer will have that. And I'm going to be there. The nurse is going to be there. So we'll all be there. So there won't be any problem getting in touch with anybody. So.
And by the way, based upon the last 2 years as well, there is very, very little. The kids are so worn out by the end of the day doing their stuff that they're ready to hit the sack and they barely wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I think Loretto.
Keep them busy.
Yeah, Loretto had a question too.
Loretto?
And the nurse is excellent. She was from Camp Nidegg, years of experience. So she'll be great for the camp.
Yeah, she is great. My question was, do we have a cell phone contact to call? Like last time when I arrived, I'm going to be there at the very beginning on Thursday this time, but I was doing like a daytime and then through the night. And when I got there, I kind of didn't know where to go, and I didn't have a number to call someone, and the door was locked to the one place.
Yep.
Sounds like you have it more organized with where we're meeting.
Yes.
But is there a cell phone number or something that in case I'm wandering around campus and can't get in a door, that I have someone, we all would have someone we could call?
Right, that's me. I think the number's on the document that I sent you. I'll say it again.
Okay.
It's 484
Uh-huh.
32 0677. It's also on the email.
Okay.
So call or text if you
Thanks
have
so
a
much,
problem.
Gary. Okay.
And we have pretty good reception there at Kutztown, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it won't be a problem. Okay, Dr. Morley, would you like to say a few words?
I don't know that I have too much to say. It's nice to see so many volunteers, and many of you are certainly more experienced than I am. I'm learning a lot from the experts here, but certainly happy to have you there. And I hope I can be of assistance to you as well when you're there. And that just a big thank you for taking your time to be a part of this and making sure that it can happen. Without the volunteers, it wouldn't happen.
Excellent point.
Yeah, we have 60 students this year. So that's 5 groups. There'll be 12 in each group. Great diversity, great variety, 31 boys, 29 girls. So the kids are all excited from all different clubs. So it's a great group that we have coming up. We did have to hire additional teachers. So as I said, there's 12 in a group this year, so 5 teachers. We have some wonderful interns. Some of them are graduates of Kutztown University, going into graduate programs. We have one volunteer who started out in the 4-way speech test contest with the Royersford Club, went on as a finalist. Then she went to Camp Nidegg. She's been stalking us for 2 years. So this year, in about April, she contacted Ralph to say she wanted to be an intern for STEMIA. So we have fantastic kids who now have the opportunity through other Rotary youth events to come up and be an intern for STEMIA. So, I mean, it's amazing what's going on. The word's getting out. We had one principal who mass emailed his entire school to say that, you know, we have this opportunity. Unfortunately, his school is outside our district, so we weren't able to admit his students, but the word's getting around. Ralph has had some contacts from other states about the STEMIA program. So there's a lot going on with STEMIA. So I'm very proud of the program. I'm very proud of all of you for volunteering. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's certainly very worthwhile.
Yeah, I was just going to go ahead and interject, Gwen. Thank you. That the word has gotten around. It is taken off like a rocket, and we have gotten some words now from outside the district. I got a note, for example, from a club in Jacksonville, Florida, and when they Googled STEM and Rotary, we popped up. We were the #1 in the organic results. Boom. So our effort has not gone to waste by any means. And I sent a note on to SETI, whom we worked with initially to go ahead and start the curriculum and work with the curriculum on that. And I will send it on to the just got the email, but I'll send it on to the group here about saying congratulations. Like I said, I sent a note on to Bill Diamond and his team and got a nice little note back saying congratulations. It's really a worthwhile effort. Hats off to all of us. So the word is getting around. It is making noise.
Okay, so I throw this open to questions and answers. Do we have any questions that we haven't gotten on the floor so far? Kathy?
So last year we were using the Remind app. Are we doing anything like that again this year? Yeah, that would send out, notifications and things like that.
What do you think, Gwen?
So that's something we've discussed with Dr. Moyer. So we'll be talking some more about that as far as sending out any changes. So as you know, Kathy, last year we had some weather issues. So we had to change some things around because of the weather. So our intention is to, yes, keep you communicated with as much as possible. So
we'll send a link out for the Remind app so you can download it. And that way, if something goes out, it goes to everybody. It's kind of like an emergency broadcast, system kind of thing.
One of the other things that I wanted to mention, I was going to mention it in my other comments there, is one of our team members, Mike Seidner, suggested, and what we have now done as well is started a scholarship for the graduates of the STEM YA camp as well too. So that's coming up, and we're looking to go ahead and fund that accordingly. So hats off to Mike Seidner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mike had a question.
Yeah, I was just curious, the lunch hall or dinner, is it at the same spot or did that change?
We are going to the main dining hall this year. The Cup Cafe is closed. So we will be walking across campus. So I've added time to the schedule so that we have time to get across campus. So make sure you're wearing your sneakers because the first breakfast will be early because the dining hall is real close to the Lehigh dorm. We'll be walking across campus. We'll be the only organization on the other side of the campus. No one else is allowed on the north side of the campus where the labs and the classrooms are. We'll be walking back across campus to the south dining hall, the main dining hall. It's huge. There's a tremendous variety of foods there. And then after lunch, we'll be walking back to the north side of the campus. So we will have lots of exercise for the kids. It's about a 10 to 15-minute walk. And as you know, they walk a lot faster than we do, but it's a good exercise for all of us. So we'll be going back and forth.
I was going to interject. This is, maybe somewhat crass, but based upon that, and that'll be midday. So Kathy, please, use some extra deodorant.
Right, that was crass.
And actually, the kids, they have an ice cream station and the kids enjoy that. So anyone can use it.
And when the ice cream station isn't working, they actually have this big box full of different kinds of frozen stuff that the kids can have. So again, we've asked the kids in the welcome letter, they can bring snacks. They can't bring any drinks. We've told them that they get a backpack, they get a water bottle, they get coloring pencils, they get pens, they get a lab manual. In fact, we had a Zoom with the parents the other night, and the kids sort of stood behind the parents. It was really funny to ask questions. So it was a great opportunity. I've had many, many, many questions since then from the moms, especially, can my kid do this? Can my kid do that? Whatever. So I think they're much better communicated with. Terry was a part of that the other night too. So I think maybe Terry, you could talk about that.
One thing too, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Terry.
No problem. The one thing that I wanted to mention was a couple years ago, the kids were filling up their bottles with soda.
No longer allowed.
We make that
Okay,
point to the
because
parents.
they were exploding.
Yes, yes,
We will
Yes.
make that point to the kids again.
yes.
I will. Yeah, the meeting with the parents, I think that, they're just curious as to what the kids are going to be doing. I know one parent had asked for an idea throughout the day, every day, what the kids are going to be doing, just so that they can, I guess when they talk to them, they can talk somewhat intelligently to their children.
Yeah, the parents asked for a copy of the itinerary as well as what the modules were all about. So I
Yes.
thought that was really wonderful.
Yeah, I did too.
So
By the way, the cafeteria is number 45 on your map. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to mention, for those that are staying with the kids, it's important to make sure that you tell them to bring their badge out when they go to the bathroom or shower, etc. We've had situations where they locked the door, no one was in there, and they locked everything inside. So just to be aware of that.
yeah, we talked about that the other night too. Yeah. Yeah, about keeping your lanyard on you at all times.
Now, can they have their cell phones with them?
They can have the cell phones with them. They're not going to be using them in the class unless the teacher instructs them to.
So maybe they should have a contact number to call in case they were to be locked out or something as well.
They call me.
The nurse.
No, they call me. I'm the security person, so they call me.
Okay, Gwen.
Kathy?
Yeah, as far as when we're in a session with the kids and the instructors, I've never quite understood what to do, whether we just are there kind of monitoring because the teacher has it under control and we let the kids try to figure stuff out. I've seen other volunteers that like, no, I've got to help in there. I'm going to help those kids. What's our role here? Kind of sit back and let the kids and go with that. And then if there's a problem, or if, like escorting a child to the bathroom, or what's your view on that? Because I'd probably view that as like, I'm hands off unless they need me. Let them go at it with the teacher and figure everything out.
We're asking the teachers to be explicit about what help they want from the volunteers, because I'm sure
Okay.
some are going to want a lot of help, and some are going to want a little help. So we don't want to come out and say do A, B, and C, because some teachers that'd be too little, some be too much. But we're going to be explicit with the teachers. Please sit down with your volunteers and explain what it is you want them to do, all right? So that they understand, so they can be supportive.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, we had a meeting with the teachers at Kutztown last week and described that to them.
Thank you.
I can add too, as a school principal and talking to a lot of teachers, that the last thing you want to do is just stand in the back and do nothing. Really, even if you're just sitting down at a group table with students and just interacting with them that way, I would look for something to do before I just stand at the back and do absolutely nothing. And perhaps it's just sitting and listening to students chat about something when they collaborate, or you can chime in. But I think some teachers will definitely say, I want you to work with this group. Some might not say much of anything, but I would use your judgment before I just stand back and do absolutely nothing, because you're hesitant. You don't want to overstep your bounds. I certainly understand that, but just be with kids, and the teacher might say, hey, could you move from that group and come over here? I could use your help with this. And then you're there, but just interact with students at the very minimum.
Thank you, Anthony, because other years, the volunteers sat in the back of the room, not knowing what they're supposed to do, to Kathy's point, and they ended up sitting in the back of the room, and they could have been more helpful, but they didn't know what they should or shouldn't do. So I love your suggestion, and as a principal, you would understand this. They should, if possible, sit at the table with the kids, and to your point, just interact socially, and if they're getting stuck, if it can help, apply yourself accordingly. But again, don't just sit in the back of the room. Thank you.
Good questions.
Now, I know the one year that I was there during the day and I was with a group, we did have to escort them if they left the room to go to the bathroom. Is that still, we fully have to escort them if they go to the bathroom?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no child goes anywhere alone. They have to be escorted.
Yes.
Okay, two questions. Because I'm going to be photographing, do we have releases for all the
Yes.
children?
Everybody,
I don't have
teachers,
any concerns with that. And the second thing is there's a parking lot on the north side. In the event of rain, are we allowed to use that?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, the parking lots are ours. Everything on the north side is ours. There's no Kutztown Folk Festival this year. The
yeah,
same time that we're there. We are the only group allowed to be in the Lehigh dorm for the entire summer.
wow.
So last year, there were other groups that were on that side of the campus. They were not groups that were supervised adequately. Kutztown has pushed them out. We're the only ones allowed in that dorm on that side of the campus for the entire summer. We're the only ones allowed on the north side of the campus during the time that we're there.
Great. By the way, what's the grade level of these students?
7th going into 8th, everyone.
Great.
7th going. And it's a good distribution, 31 and 29, 31 boys, 29 girls. We did have comments from the students that they wanted to be grouped in different kinds of groups, so we've done that as well. So they will always be in the same group when they're building their rovers, their landers, their Mars, their habitats. They will be in different groups when they're doing their STEM sessions.
We can talk about this offline, but I have an activity I've done with young people called Stump the Chemist, which is ask a question and I'll tell you how a chemist was involved with whatever you're pointing to. If you'd like to engage that, let me know.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I have purchased quite a number of outside athletic things we can use during the team building exercises. I've also looked ahead at the weather. It looks like there may be some rain, so I've purchased a number of inside activities that we can do. We don't want any kids standing around. We want them active all the time. So we have a couple of Jenga things. We have a couple of space games. So again, 60 kids is a lot of kids. You don't want the kids getting bored. So I think we have enough to keep them occupied.
I think I should reiterate what Gwen had said about Kutztown, how much they appreciate it and how much they commended us on our ability to control the kids and to supervise them. They went out of their way to talk about how well we did with that.
We did have a conversation with the president of Kutztown and his wife. They're very aware of our program. We've had conversations with several other faculty members at Kutztown. So they're aware that we're there. They're very happy that we're there. We're the only academic program in the summer schedule. So
yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, is that for the most part, Kutztown has hosted athletic kinds of activities, athletic camps. And this was the first academic one, was the first one last year. So they're anxious to, to have us, and for them to also kind of broaden their offerings, if you will.
I have questions about the overnight. Is there air conditioning in this building?
no, that's why you need to bring a fan.
Okay, I didn't see that on the list. So there are outlets, like I've never done this before. Is it okay if we're bringing our computer and doing work and stuff
Yes.
like that while we're staying up and that kind of thing?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we usually
Well-
have a couple fans out in the hallway for the
What
overnight.
about the
what I
kids?
would
Are the kids
suggest-
bringing fans? Like, I mean, it's summertime. I can't imagine what that's like. That must be tough.
Ask Gail. It's hot.
Yeah, I didn't bring a fan last year and I don't think I slept at all. But there were also a few children who did not bring fans. So I was thinking, in addition to bringing the biggest fan I can possibly find in the house for myself, I thought maybe I would bring some of those squirt bottle fans to just have in case some of the children don't have fans.
We have emphasized them over and over again, bring a fan, bring a fan. They're asking what size fans. So I'm hoping that they're getting the message. We had a couple parents last year who went and bought a fan and brought it back to campus. So bring a fan is all I can say. It was hot last year. It was
Last
good.
year
And
was a
bring
heat
an
wave.
extension cord.
And an extension cord.
Yes, because my fan that I brought an extension cord and that helped. So just especially if you're going to be on your computer.
And then for those that are overnight, the way we've worked it is those that are sleeping or whatever, the portion, they're in their room. But we stay in the center of the floor. They have a big area with couches and everything else, and that's where normally we would sit when we're up and watching. So there's plugs all over the place.
It's like a little lobby.
Carla, let me tell you what I did, you know, let's say taking the graveyard shift, say from 2 to 4. I would just bring my computer out there and do work. You know, since I'm still working, I would continue to do work and read articles or whatever. Just as Mike says, we planted ourselves in the middle of the hallway, so we had views on both sides, so we could see where all the kids were as well too. And unlike Gail, since I'm a lazy slob, I had no problem sleeping at all afterwards.
I can tell
Well,
you.
I'm sorry if I ask a question that's been answered. I was kicked off my internet and I had to come back on. Is there internet available?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
And I can tell you, in the first 2 years, the worst thing that we had happen was there was a child with a bloody nose. He just happened to wake up in the morning with a bloody nose, and Rolf sends him down to me, okay? And I'm in the ladies' room doing my hair, and he comes in because he doesn't know where to go. And so I'm like there, doing my hair. I say, okay, the nurse is right here. We get the nurse. She takes care of the bloody nose. That's the worst thing that we've ever had. We had one teacher last year with a sore throat.
You know, as a biochemist, I'm afraid of blood, is what it was. You know, the sight of blood just bothers me.
Hey, Gwen, are the student groups going to be presenting their projects again at the celebration?
Yes, it will be in the South Dining Hall. And we're working right now on how to get the habitats from the Bohm Science Building over to the South Dining Hall. So I'll be working with Darlene on that, yeah. Because as you know, that's a massive material. So what the students do is they build a habitat for Mars, to get to Mars and what would it be like when they are on Mars. So we give them $120 million. They have to figure out what the habitat's going to look like. So that's the piece they will be presenting at the science fair.
Gail.
What is the policy on taking photos? I'm assuming that we are not to take photos of any of the children.
You can take pictures of anyone you want. The parents have signed off that the kids can be photographed for whatever Rotary related use you want to use them for.
Oh, okay, that would be great. Yeah, I'd like to.
Interns, yep.
The only thing
to do more of that.
The only thing that we ask is you only use their first name. Don't use the
Oh,
family.
yeah. No, I wouldn't put any names.
Yeah.
I would just, yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's the
Gail,
only.
Gail, I'll be photographing the entire event, moving around, trying to get action. Everybody, can't guarantee I'd photograph everybody. And then what I'll do is I'll put those up onto an album on Google Photos and send the link out so that anybody who wants to use them can.
And those who are new to the program may not know that we do a class photo right after we do their expectations. Dr. Tony's going to be doing that, talking about our expectations of the students. And there will be a ceremony after that where Rolf is going to present them each with a white lab coat. So then right after that, we take a picture of all the students out front of the academic forum. And each of the students gets one of those photos in their celebratory package at the celebration dinner.
And by the way, I have sent that photo of the students all in their lab coats like that. I sent that on to SETI. I've also sent it on to a couple of clubs as well. And that photo alone, with all of those kids in their white lab coats, just speaks volumes for the whole operation, believe me.
Yeah, I shared it on our local club page as well, bragging about it and talked to the folks from our Rotary about it. So exciting.
And you can remember, as hot as it was, because we're in the middle of a heat wave, you could not get those lab coats off those kids if you beat them with a stick. Once they had
I
those
know,
lab
they
coats,
wanted to
was
wear them
slippery.
even in the heat.
Yeah, I know.
Really cute. So proud.
And
I have a question about the schedule. I noticed there's something the one day it mentioned Interact, and I'm just curious what that is. As the Interact chair for the district, is there anything I can do?
Talk to Darlene.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
What we do is we do 2 sessions for to introduce our students to Rotary and our youth services that we offer in our district. Because a lot of times our students, when they go to high school, they've never even heard of Rotary. So our first session is bingo, and our second session is an interactive. So if you wanted to, I would really appreciate the help if you can help me find some Interact students that would come on a Zoom call with us. You know, that's something that you could do. I've been reaching out to our youth exchange students. I just don't have access to a lot of Interact students, as many as you do.
A Zoom call in prep for, or a Zoom call on that day?
It's during that evening.
During that evening, we have.
That evening.
Yes, we have an interactive. Once I get a group of individuals, we do have a list of questions that we'll be asking and that they'll be able to answer in like we're doing now. You know, hey, you know, Carla.
Darlene is being quite modest in terms of the way that worked out. She did a fantastic job of pulling that together in terms of getting Interact from a variety of students that had gone to other countries. What we've done that evening, what Darlene has put together, is an explanation of Rotary beyond what we're doing at STEMIA itself. So talks about Interact, talks about the 4-way test, talks about the fact that you could be an exchange student to go to another country, just introducing all the potentials that Rotary has offered kids. And then the way she wound up doing it is very effective. Had it bingo, so they answered questions and then they got, you know, kudos, markers for that. And so they really picked up and understood what Rotary was all about. Again, hats off to Darlene for that.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, and Darlene,
I'll be in contact with you then and to get a little bit more information, get more clarity after this. Thanks.
Darlene, after your program last year, I heard some of the kids really excitedly talking about, you know, we might be able to go to another country. I never even knew you could do any of this stuff. I never even knew about Rotary. So they were sucking it in. They were definitely listening to what you said, and you got them excited.
Thank you.
For those of you who are new to the curriculum, the way that we built the curriculum, Steve and I insisted on having the Rotary areas of focus in each module. So each module has a piece of the Rotary areas of focus. Rotary is built into this program.
Just as a final note, or maybe not quite the final note, but there were some questions about who signed up for when. So at the end of this phone call, I'm going to send out that sheet that shows everybody's name and when they're identified as when they're going to work. If there's anything there you want to change or it's incorrect, get back to me and let me know. We'll work accordingly.
Thank you, Gary.
And you can always ask questions.
It's true.
So I just signed up today, so I might not be on that, but you can plug me in as you need.
You will not be on because this was 2 days ago or so when I made the last pass, but great. And what I would ask you to do is look over that and you tell us when you're available, because we could use you from the beginning to the end or just a slot here or a slot there. So please come back and tell us when you're available. We'll go with that.
So we do have a nice variety of volunteers this year. It's really been exciting to see people sign up.
Catherine, you had your hand up, yes.
We can't hear you.
Here we go. Lynn and I are only going to be there from Saturday noon, I think, till the evening. Is it possible for us to show clearances, or we don't need clearances, or what's the story?
You don't have to for that time period.
Okay, thank you.
You'll be good.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. And we have some great presentations by Berks Astronomy in the evening as well. So if you are available in the evening, some of the interns are staying overnight with us this year. around
Oh,
9 o'clock, when we finish all the other presentations, we go back to Lehigh and we have movies. So we're going to be having some movies this year as well. So that's if kids want to watch a movie. Some kids go straight to their bed. Some kids are available to stay up a little bit later. So we try to give them that little bit of opportunity. That's the reason we love the Lehigh dorm. Although it's not air conditioned, we have that basement where we can line the kids up. There's a small kitchen there. It's a great opportunity for us to get the kids together and let them have some extra time.
There's a pool table and places like that too. Pool table and other places where they can go ahead and decompress, if you will.
Yeah, it's not beautiful, but it's very useful.
Lehigh.
We're watching The Martian this year. So Gary and I have been analyzing The Martian, which is a really good movie. And we're still thinking about another movie. So if you have suggestions, let us know.
On the questionnaire, it asks about t-shirts. Do you want us to wear those t-shirts while we're there?
You can if you wish. I mean, it certainly identifies you as a volunteer. So,
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, okay.
identifies you afterwards too.
Again, I apologize if you said this. The instruction hall, where I know where they're staying, I know where they're eating. What is the name of the hall that they'll be actually working in?
The BOEM, BOEHM Science Building.
Yeah.
It's
okay,
across
thank
campus. And also the Academic Forum. So those are the
So
two
they're all
buildings
in
we'll be
Maine.
in. The BOEM Science Building has real
Yeah.
labs. So the kids will be in geology labs and echo labs and 2 classrooms.
Okay.
And Academic Forum is where we have the Rotary sessions, as well as the Berks astronomy sessions. They are high quality, high technology halls that are fabulous.
Okay.
So the kids are going to be really treated to some great opportunities to see some things that they wouldn't see in their own schools.
Okay. Could you tell me, I know we'll be on halls and things. Are we going to be responsible for a specific amount of children, or is it just everybody on the hall?
Nope. You'll each have a group of 12.
Group of 12, okay.
Yeah, we have a teacher, we have an intern, and we have at least 2 Rotary volunteers with each group of 12.
All right, thank you.
So that's pretty good in comparison to the 45 kids that when I first started teaching. And again, what we ask you to do with them is make sure that, they're not wandering off, and they're pretty good. So Darlene, any comments? She's the celebration dinner queen. So.
No, so far for the celebration dinner, we have 104 people and only 37 people replied. So
Okay.
it will be a 300-person, 325-person event.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that will be in the main dining hall. Again, the South Dining Hall. We have a special big, huge room, and we have a side room where we're going to have the food. So it's a big event. So that's where your money goes, people.
And by the way, at the celebration dinner, if you're not aware, what we wind up doing with the kids, they have tables around that room where we go ahead and set them up like it's a science fair. And then they have the opportunity to talk to their parents, their friends, or whatever, what they actually wound up doing, and showing them the actual projects. And you can kind of quiz them and banter with them, however, but it's one of the most rewarding, I got to tell you, one of the most rewarding things when you talk to the parents and how much they said that their kid loved this thing. It just kind of puts a real lump in your throat, even for a dummy like me,
And District Governor Katie Farrell will be there. She will be taking a photo with each child, and they will receive a gift from us, as well as a certificate and a photo, as we said, the class photo. So, and each child will be called up to the front of the room. So each child gets the opportunity to be recognized.
And of course, they get their backpack and a water bottle and manual and the journal and all that other pens and all that other good stuff as well.
So Joyce, what did I forget? She's a stickler for details, so I know.
You did a beautiful job.
Oh.
You didn't forget anything.
Okay, good, thank you. Sometimes I forget.
Gwen.
Chris, did you take a picture of this?
I'm sorry?
Oh, Gwen, last time I brought a
I said,
cornhole.
did you get a picture of this?
I have cornhole.
Do you need another one?
Yeah.
All right, I'll bring mine again this year.
Yeah, we
Good.
have
Oh,
cornhole.
yeah.
We have different kinds of activities where they're gonna throw things at each other. We have Jenga, we have puzzles. And one of the teachers is bringing Legos. She has some kind of a Lego thing that you wrap up in a blanket. So